going to stand up here and say something?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I declare that there's so few of us that surely we can't be self-conscious enough to not get up here one at a time and
Absolutely.
say something, right?
Yep.
Yes, declaring it open.
Okay, is that a microphone? I mean, or are you just happy to see me? No, is that is that a tape recorder or just a
It's a
sound
karaoke
system?
Debbie
machine.
is recording us.
It's my Walmart karaoke machine.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, well, I thought I would start off with the poem I wrote in the yearbook.
Yes.
Oh, you found one.
Remember that?
Yes.
This will lend itself to teenage suicide.
Angst.
Well, isn't it? Well, those of us who deny it, I think, are in denial. Okay. Went to school today, saw the same people I saw... No, let me start again. Went to school today, saw the same people I see every day. They acted the same, looked the same, talked the same, walked the same, and swore the same. But they changed since yesterday, and they'll be different tomorrow. I'll never know them like I knew them today.
Wow. Hey, don't we all look and sound and walk the same and swear the same now?
Vicky, you have changed the least of all.
Mouthy bitch, man.
That childlike behavior.
Well, Kim, I photocopied the pages from my former yearbooks. I didn't want to haul them all on the plane from Vancouver Island. But Kim Poole just found this one that he had written in mine from 4H, so grade 12. Dear Linden, if I hadn't been passing notes with you all through math and spraying water in your face in chemistry, I wouldn't have stayed away in any of them.
Have another toast.
Stay awake.
Awake.
Oh, of course, awake.
Typo.
We're awake. Oh, man. Well, anyway, you know, what I need to do is look at these while other people are talking and come up with some more gems, so I'm not stalling for time. But just read them all. Don't be discriminating. Well, I just thought that this would be an opportunity for us to have a little time travel tour here because, you know, I mean, we've all been a few places in 32 years, and now we're in different places again, and I thought it would be fun to just sort of mention a few memories that maybe we haven't mentioned yet, and to, all of our ramblings here yesterday and today, and maybe briefly where we are today. So I told Mr. Archer last night that he was the terror of grade 9.
He was.
Down in that horrible smelly basement corner. Yeah, under the
Lower lunchroom, LLR.
In the lunchroom, yeah, like under the cafeteria. Yeah. Anyway, I saw him last night, and it was great to have a chat with him and tell him a very profound memory I have from when I was in grade 9, my first year, just trembling. That's when I met Joan Thornton. We were sitting beside each other in that homeroom, and we both crossed our legs in the same direction at the same time. We've been friends ever since. She'll be here tonight.
Yay!
It's her daughter Erica's 25th birthday yesterday, so they're...
Speaking of denial,
Speaking of denial.
how can that be that we have children the age that are older than we were?
Older than we
some of us
are.
didn't get out until we were 25, but anyway.
What are you talking about?
Attention! Oh yeah, no. Okay, so Mr. Archer, it's just a brief memory that he asked us one day who would go to school if we didn't have to go to school. And I knew there were lots of kids in the back row who didn't want to be there. So I just thought if I put up my hand, everybody, a lot of other people will put up their hands too. I was the only one.
The front of the class.
And yeah, so he would always make us stand up to talk. And so he made me stand, I had to stand up and say, why? And so
First day
I
of
said,
school.
well, if we didn't have to go to school, then things would be different. It wouldn't be a big deal if we didn't go to school. And then I sat down. And so I told him this last night. Of course, he doesn't remember. Be he said, well, I probably would have thought good on you. Well, what a great thing after all these years to be able to air out that memory, and be able, I mean, that's why I wanted to do this too, is because I've dreamt about this auditorium. I've dreamt about being in here. So I thought the least we could do is be here and do this together. So
Have you seen someone for this problem?
I'm looking at them.
Thanks for coming.
So anyway, just zooming up to the present, I've told some of you that I'm
clear.
living on Vancouver Island near Nanaimo, and I live on 100 acres. I'm renting a house, and my landlords have 3 beautiful horses, 3 dozen cows,
Oh,
a
wow.
couple dogs, some cats, and some chickens. So I'm just in heaven because I get to visit them all but not take care of them. And
Like
I
children.
deliver mail, and I have a radio show. I did Toastmasters. I didn't even know that Toastmasters was here, but I think that that's how I knew of it, was hearing about it then. But then in 1999, I was doing photography for many years. I was doing a slideshow and on the ferries going up to Prince Rupert. And one of the native guys came out and was talking to me and saying, we were talking just one-on-one, and finally he says, have you ever thought of going to Toastmasters to deal with those ums and ahs?
Ooh.
And I went, well, okay. So I checked it out. I did it for a couple of years, started emceeing at coffee houses, and then got into radio. And it's been hugely helpful to have done.
Cool.
Wow, testimony wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, take the lids cap off.
Oh boy, this thing's gotten bigger since I remember it. Of course, we had a microphone sitting in our face right there. But yeah, it's great to see you all again and be together and see some of our old friends. Peter, you have clothes on. That's wonderful.
And Paul has a shirt
They used to
on.
come to my house and Ian Gale and Peter thoroughly gave my mother a heart attack one night, and they knocked on the door and they were screaming and yelling after a party at at your house, and they decided that they wanted to well, you know,
Invite you out?
yeah, it was, well, I don't know, it was my mother that looked out and answered the door, and they were standing there wiggling, waggling, and all of that type of stuff. They said, well, your friends are here.
She didn't say little friends.
They used to do this to me all the time, but anyway, I wanted to tell you that some of the best things that have ever happened to all of us, I'm sure, happened here at Ridgemont, and we came from, in my case anyway, and I think others here, came from St. Pat's and Notre Dame, and we've been kicked around a bit through the school system, and really felt tender pod when we got here. So the school people here, yourselves, made us all feel very welcome, and it was really beautiful, because what happened was we kicked into gear here and just started getting active, and everybody started to feel good. Do you remember the beachy ski competition between him and I, going across to raise funds for it was cancer, I think it was, and we raced around the football field, and I gave him one of Paul's ideas, give him a minute head start, or a minute to 30 head start, and I'm thinking that, you know, you're fit, Helen, yeah. I thought I'd die on that board. Anyway, and one of the other things was that I got hooked into being on the ski team with Phil Marcus, and it was a cross-country ski team, and I had one of these old-fashioned tempo bindings, you know, the alpine skis. Oh, well, get going, and Philip's giving me the pep talk, and I'm the last to get out of the gate, you know, and he says, okay, now, come on. You're going to do good, Helen, you're going to do good. All you need to do is finish the race. All you need to do is finish the race, and we'll still place, you know, high up there. Gets up the hill, start going real good, you know, and all of a sudden I break a binding. And I'm just like not even 2 minutes out of the race. It's a 5-mile course. They closed down the course, or everybody was into the bar by the time I come sailing down the hill. And they were going to just disqualify me, but I had to finish the race. I said, no, I got to cross the finish line. That's it. We'll keep going. What was it, 4 hours and something? It was amazing, but I still got back there, limping my way down the hill, and I said, if Philip Marcus isn't at that stop line, he's dead. But I want to tell you something, and this is a thing that I often say, and that is that It's a piece that I use when I do some talking. I'm a pastoral care minister now, and yes, you can still say hi to me and don't be afraid that I'm going to stand and preach. But what I do say to people is a little piece that I had read that was called The Dash. And that was that there's a year that you are born on a day where everybody laughs and smiles and is happy with tears of joy. And then there's the day where there is sadness and people are crying, which is the day of your death. And, of course, the smallest thing in between is the dash. And I often say, what was your dash like? Well, our dash at Ridgemont High School was quite phenomenal. Vicki, you and I were heated combatants through the
Tight race.
tight race and double ballots and all of that type of stuff. And we all, there was 3 of us that went to Bella Vista and got drunk, I think.
I don't remember.
I think it was
I don't remember what you did yesterday.
Exactly.
Anyway, it was really, you were a formidable opponent, and I learned a lot from you.
And
thank
you.
very much. And also, too, there was the times of Mr. Barry, if you remember the loss of Mr. Barry and how close everybody was for him. And the loss of him. But in that loss, people don't realize that the day he died was the day that the night before we had pushed the pianos up here and started a rock group called Mainstream, which went on to be 1-to-1 and other groups like that.
Try the other microphone, Helen. That one's cutting out.
Breaking.
How's that?
Turn it on.
There we go. How's that? Is
That's
that
good.
better?
That's good.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. So that group went on to be 1-to-1 and Les Howe, and then later on Alanis and Morissette and things like that. So it all started here. And it was really phenomenal. So I look back as well. Toastmasters started here as the first of its kind in Canada, and we had Rael Cowett come as the guest speaker, and that was quite the night. As well, we had, anytime we did anything here, it was media. Get the media involved and, you know, pump it up, let's go, let's go. We also had some great parties and some great times together. And the ski trips with Paul, where I'm the last one at the end of the line and the lake is breaking apart as I'm coming across. That's great. Hurry up, Helen, hurry up, you're falling, the lake, the lake, the lake. You know, me and ski trips, I'm telling you, that's it. And that includes water skiing when Pam and Phil Marcus were down with Twink and Catherine Willis O'Connor, and down at the Thousand Islands, and they decide that they're going to get everybody into 1920s bathing suits. And we get out there water skiing. They get me up on the water skis and take me around the island twice, thank you very much. And then they decide that they're going to drop me into the water, and the Gananoque boat tours are coming by. And then, of course, I'm tired, so I said, could you help me get up, please? And Phil decides that he's going to bring me aboard like a porpoise, you know, and just had half of me come up on the side of the boat with my butt end sticking towards the Gananoque boat, because I could still hear people laughing. And then they flipped me into the boat. And I just laid there and I said, get out of here, go. And, but I just wanted to say that, yes, during those times, Ridgemont was probably my saving grace. We had an awful lot of problems in my home at that time. And you guys never knew about it, but there was a lot of abuse and things like that, which I've survived and come through. I have also survived as a cancer patient, having had 40 operations. And I've just finished my 40th in May, June, and survived that with, I had a 75% chance of surviving, and I did, and here I am, walking, talking human being. They removed my face and my mouth, and I have my fingers amputated here, but they redid it with seaweed and seashells. And my face and my nose and everything's been rebuilt, and I look even better. Free facelift on OKP. I had to go that way, so this is kind of cool. But anyway, and that was all part of the, you know, the trip that I went through in my life path. Wow. But you guys gave me wonderful memories that I called upon during that time, and I want to thank you very, very much for that, because I truly loved everybody here, whether or not I knew your name, because I was terrible with names. And the music department. I couldn't have lived without my music. And Jan, we, of crossed paths in there too, and it was a lot of fun. But Mr. Barry was truly one of our inspirations, and he gave us the foundation of this, beside Beachy, that I live with today. And we have also Rick Hansen. I mean, Richmond goes right across the country. Rick Hansen's wife,
Amanda.
she's actively involved in the whole disabled communities operation, and it's just wonderful what's happening. And I too now am involved with the rights of the disabled and helping the disabled now in Canada. So anyway, long story short, speaking of broadcasting, I did that for many years and went on to be the first female radio announcer in Canada, the #1 FM. Big deal, it's just a job. But the bottom line was that it was something that we cherished and enjoyed. It was the entertainment industry, we loved it. And then I went on to be in Toronto with the Triple Arts program. That's how Peter, we met down there one time in Toronto just after you were coming out of your office, I think, on Yonge Street or something like that. But anyway, long story short, because I have a tendency to talk too much. No.
Oh, no.
I just want to say thank you, and I really do care about you all very, very much. And the parties that we had, they were memories to last a lifetime. How many of you got the chicken pox on New Year's Eve when I gave it to you? Do you remember that? You know? 17 of you that did get it. Do you remember? Well, I came down with chicken pox at Val Winter's house, right at midnight, and you got it.
What year would that be?
That was
74?
yeah,
Maybe
that's
74?
74?
Yes, because I got chicken pox.
Now you know why.
That's
I
right.
did a basketball game. I was scratching my stomach and I lifted up my shirt and I had a little.
Yeah. Hi. Nobody went. Yeah, there was
True
17
confessions 32 years later. It was you!
Yeah, it was, 17 people got it from that night. So.
Well, 18 apparently.
18. So anyway, again, my thanks, and it's been a pleasure sharing time with you through this weekend, and God bless you, and may your road be full of memories.
It's like,
You're gonna do the Phil Donahue thing?
what's the film?
He goes out
Mingle?
to every group with his
Yeah.
right?
Court's not long
Gets
enough.
away from the
I know, either am I.
You do Dr. Phil thing.
Oh,
Wow.
Dr.
Stand
Phil.
up time. I am standing up. I'm standing out here because, you know, you couldn't see me if I was behind you. Holy, yes, I've spent a few hours on this stage. It's very weird coming back here. I think I have dreams too, but like the washrooms are bigger now. Or maybe just because there's no one in there.
Yeah,
I think it
that's
was like
probably it.
the last day of school.